We're really excited to be working with Freetrade, who've sponsored this video.
Freetrade believes in commission-free investing for everyone. This means you won't pay any commission when investing your spare cash.
While other brokers charge up to £12 per trade, Freetrade doesn't, so you can keep more of your money. And where they do charge, like on FX, it's fair and transparent.
The design of the app makes it simple and easy to use, which is great for any experience level. From beginners starting to educate themselves on the benefits of investing to experts already in the know.
You can start investing from just £2, and they offer these things called fractional stocks. This basically means you can buy a small piece of expensive US companies like Google, Tesla and Apple.
With over 700,000 investors on board and having won the best online trading platform at the British Bank Awards 5 years running, they're an investment platform you can trust.
Now for the best bit, if you create and fund your account with just £50 using our link, you will get a free share worth between £10 and £100. That could be in anything from Ford to Spotify.
Remember, when you invest, your capital is at risk. The value of your portfolio can go up as well as down, and you may get back less than you put in. This is not financial advice. You should always do your own research on what investments are right for you before investing, or seek the advice of a professional. Yo guys, welcome to the last lap.
Don't forget to drop a lovely, juicy 5-star rating if you're watching an Apple podcast or Spotify.
Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
It's great to see you thriving on your own as well now, because obviously you're not working for WTF1, and I know people are obviously going to be, oh, what, Katy, what are you doing now? Because obviously people are interested. So yeah, what are you up to now? And I guess maybe as much as you want to talk about, why did that part of your working life finish, and why has this new part started?
Yeah, so I mean, I really enjoyed my time at WTF1, and I thought I did a good job as website editor there, and we had the podcast and things were great, but then learned that Matt and Tommy were going to go and do their own thing, and so I was kind of left with the decision, do I stay aboard WTF1? I knew straight away that the landscape of the brand was going to be completely different without Matt and Tommy. Like, it didn't take, anybody could figure that out. They were such a big part of it. So I was like, well, I could either stay and then sort of be part of that next chapter. And I stayed for a little while, helping some of the newbies come in. Like, we just recorded our watch along with Kieran. He was one of them. And so I was there for a month or so behind the scenes, trying to help them out as much as possible for like this new chapter. But ultimately I kind of took some time and decided that although WTF1 was great, there were lots of things that I really missed, like being able to travel. I felt like I was just locked up in my house all the time when I was at WTF1. Like, I could never be further than 2 foot from my laptop. And
a lot of the content changed and stuff.
And it just like wasn't really, like, I didn't really have much of a life. I didn't see my friends. I didn't see much of my family. Any notification on my phone, I'd be like, oh, what's that from Red Bull? Oh, okay, I've got to quickly jump on something, write this now. And so, I decided that I wanted to have a bit more freedom, a bit more flexibility, travel. And also I really missed speaking to people, interviewing people, all that kind of stuff, and being in pit lanes and being in media pens and all that kind of thing. So I put some feelers out to say that I think I might be thinking of leaving, and is there anything out there? Formula E straight away were like, yeah, we'll take you, like within a heartbeat, which was...
And you'd worked with Formula E in the past, right?
I covered the championship but never directly worked for them. So like all the stuff I'd done with Formula E, that was kind of the place that I went and learned everything to do with like motorsport journalism. I didn't go to university or anything like that. So everything that I did, both right and wrong, was like learned in that Formula E paddock. And so that was like a really nice full circle moment of, I've been there since season 1 covering it, to then now representing the championship, which is a great honor, doing some freelance stuff with them. And then also doing some F1 stuff still with Sports Illustrated. So interviewing personalities in F1, which is super exciting. Unfortunately, a load of interviews I had lined up got cancelled because Imola got cancelled. So that was a shame. Obviously tiny in retrospect of like the whole issue going on in Emilia Romagna, but still it was a bit of a shame because I had interviews with Checo lined up and like Mick Schumacher and all this kind of thing, Yuki and some of the Alpine guys. So that was a shame, but my time will come and I'll be able to speak to them hopefully later this season. But yeah, I'm just loving life. I was saying to somebody the other day, I feel so empowered, like most empowered I think I've ever done in my career, of like having that self-belief and going freelance, because there was no, although, people like Formula E were like, well, we're happy to work with you and we want to work with you and have that contract and stuff. That might have been the only thing. And then that contract runs out at some point, right? And you're like, well, what do I do now? But I thought, well, while I'm I have the chance to, I'm going to take it on, see what happens. And fortunately, I've landed on my feet. And yeah, it's going well. I'm enjoying it. I'm very happy.
Amazing.
We love
Good
that
stuff.
Good vibe. I think it's just good to be in control of what you do and the content you make as well, ultimately.
Yeah, totally. So. Yeah.
Well, I think the landscape's changing. Like most of the people listening, watching, like, you know, if it's a good quality conversation, if it's filmed well, and it's like the barrier to entry is lower, and I think more and more you're seeing creators, you know, who you know, you work for a company or whatever, but because you can do so much on your own, it's easy enough to record a podcast, and microphones are as cheap as they've ever been, you know, especially with like short form, like TikTok. It's really easy to kind of get started and put yourself out there. And I think it's just, you know, not just you leaving WTF1, Matt and Tom as well. Like, it's just indicative of how the tides are changing, I suppose, and people listen to people and individuals, and that's what the audience is drawn to. And you can control that now, and you know, you're in a position now where you can do the stuff, because I'm sure there's parts of all jobs that we don't enjoy. You know, there's always bits, but like, you've got now that opportunity because you're not, you know, beholden to anyone else. You can just do do the stuff you enjoy doing most, like interviewing drivers. You've got that control now, which I just think, you know, that kind of makes sense going forward. And I think it's going to be harder and harder for like companies to, you know, even someone like Sky Sports, like to keep hold of, you know, if someone builds a platform on Sky Sports, you're going to get to a stage where it's going to be hard to justify not going off and doing it by yourself, because you've already got the opportunities, you've got a direct line of communication.
Yeah.
And you don't have a boss telling you need to do this at this time, and because you've got that full control, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, power to the creator is really coming through strong. Like, obviously the stuff that Matt and Tommy are doing is brilliant, and they're sort of in control of it and doing what they want to do. I mean, they're currently in Monaco on a Red Bull Energy Station. Like, they're probably having a great time right now. So, you know, not jealous at all. But and I'm still friends with Matt and Tommy, which I feel like lots of people are like, did they have a big falling out? Which was one of the reasons, like, when Matt and Tommy said they were leaving at the same time, I gave about 6 weeks until I then handed my notice in. And in an ideal world, I was like, I'd love it if we were all announced that we were leaving together, because I'm a massive overthinker, and I was like, oh well, if they say Matt and Tommy are off, people are going to think, oh, that Katy's obviously horrible. She's pushed them out. Like, I pushed them over the edge. Yeah, she's the reason they've left. And I saw some people say that, like, why did you get Matt and Tommy sacked? And I was like, babes, go away.
It is mad, isn't it? How like, people have such strong opinions on stuff they have no idea about. Like when you know, Matt and like, I've been chatting to him about it for months, literally like ages, and it's just like the theories I'd see people coming up with was just like, you're so fast, but like, but then I suppose, like, that's the thing, even when you are very open and transparent immediately about what's going on, people are still gonna debate.
I think it's heightened as well when it comes to like online media stuff, because when you said you can kind of do what you want and when you want, you also, when you watch someone do what they want when they want, you feel a bit closer to them. So I think people sometimes like misinterpret things that happen because they think they've got like a deep layer of understanding of what's going on, but they just don't. And with companies and stuff like that, obviously there's going to be like loads of layers of what's happened that people can't say out of like professionalism. People just see something happen and go, I know Tom and Matt because I watch them all the time. And then just think that, you know, something's kicked off when it hasn't.
I'm afraid there's no drama, no tea to spill.
No drama.
I just decided to leave.
Well, that's it. I can subscribe, everyone.
No. No clickbait thumbnail here.
No, so are you planning on going to any races this year? Have you got anything booked in?
Silverstone, yes. And then I'm going to try and go to Zandvoort, which would be good.
Oh,
and lovely. I should have an interview with Max in Zandvoort. So that's going to be
wow. That is going to be crazy.
Be good. And then COTA as well. I've always wanted to go to the race in Texas, and it's the weekend of my birthday. So I thought, let's do it.